Hey guys, so the new build mode in Roblox Piggy is a lot of fun, and in my last live stream I started to build the creator of Piggy, Minitoon. So today I'm going to show you guys how to make your very own Minitoon in Roblox Piggy. But before we get into it, if you like Roblox Piggy, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, and if you're new, make sure to subscribe to keep up to date with the latest videos. Now let's start building. Okay, so the first thing we need to do guys is find a nice big open space. When you first start building in Roblox Piggy Build Mode, you'll notice that you start off on just a few little blocks. So what I've used here is some grass blocks to expand a nice big area for me to build on. So the first thing we're going to start on is the legs. So what we need to do is come to material picker, scroll down until you see smooth plastic and select that. And for the color, we're going to pick black. Now we need to place 4 blocks in a row. And then we need to bring it back another 3 blocks. Do the same here. And then connect them up. And this will be the base of one of the legs. Now you can go ahead and fill in the middle. Then we're going to leave a space of 1 block and then do the same here. So we're going to go across 4, bring it back, do the same this side, and then connect it up. Go ahead, fill in the middle again. So these are going to be both of his feet with a gap in between the legs. Now we need to make these legs come up 10 blocks high. So add another 9 blocks on top. Do the same on this corner. And there we have the outline of one of the legs. Do the same all the way around both legs and fill it in. Now you should end up with a giant pair of legs looking something like this. Now what we need to do is connect them up right at the very top. So on the top, just add 1 block all the way across to connect the 2 legs together. Next, we're going to work on Minitoon's arms. So sticking with the smooth plastic, we're going to switch the color to pastel brown. Come to the side, and right at the very top of the legs, on the outside, we're going to bring this forward 4 blocks like that, and then we're going to bring it out another 3 blocks. Make that into a square and fill in the middle. Now this needs to come up 6 blocks high in total, so bring this up another 5 blocks. Do the same on the corners. And just fill it in to make sure that it's a solid block. And there we have one of the arms. So now we need to come around to the other side and do the exact same thing. So starting at the very top, bring it forward 4 blocks so it comes in line with the legs. Bring it out so it goes 4 blocks across. Make a square like that and then build it up so it goes 6 blocks high in total. Next we're going to switch back to the black. On top of the arms we're going to come up another 3 blocks high. Do the exact same thing on the other arm. So the next thing we need to do is on the inside of the arms here, we're going to bring this up all the way in line with the top of the shoulders. So you have this line of black blocks all the way down, meeting in line with the waistline. Now we need to come over to the other side and do the exact same thing. Then we need to go around to the back and do the exact same thing. Now the trickiest part about building in Roblox Piggy is getting the right camera angles. So try and zoom out as far as you can and make sure that your character doesn't walk underneath it, because if you walk underneath it, the camera angle will zoom in. So we just do the same on the back. And then go ahead and fill in these gaps here all the way up to the top. And then we do the same on this side. And now the main part of the body is starting to come together. Now the next thing we need to do are these pink straps on Minitoon's shirt. So for that we're going to switch to hot pink. So next to this black line we're going to place a block right here and bring it all the way up in line with the shoulders. And then we're going to do the same on this side. Head around to the back and do the exact same thing. Now go ahead and connect the front to the back. And it should end up looking something like this. Now we need to switch back to the black and fill in all of this middle section in between the 2 pink straps. So for this part, I'm going to speed it up. Now as the build gets bigger, you're going to find it more and more difficult to try and get the right kind of camera angle. So build yourself a staircase, something like this, so it'll make it a lot easier to get the right viewpoint. Next, we're going to work on Minitoon's bow. And for that, we're going to switch to magenta. So find magenta in the color picker, and then we're going to select wedge. Go up to the top layer and go 2 blocks across from this pink line. When you have the block in this position, click tilt twice, so it looks like this, and place it underneath. Then we're going to switch to cylinder and place that right here. So from the bottom, we go across 1. Switch back to the wedge, and we need to rotate this so that it's the opposite of that. So when it's in this position, click rotate twice and place it next to the cylinder. Then click tilt twice to get it into this position and then place it on top. And there we have the bow. Next, we're going to switch back to pastel brown and we're going to select block. Starting at the back of the shoulders in line with this pink stripe, we're going to place one on the back and we're going to bring this across all the way so that it fills up a line of 7 blocks long. Bring this forward 3 blocks so it goes in line with the front of the body, and do the same on this side. Connect these 2 up and fill in the middle. Now this is going to be the base of the head, and it needs to come up 4 blocks in total. So we go 1, 2, 3 and 4, and we do that all the way around the head. Once you have the head looking something like this, we need to start doing the hair. And for that, I'm going to switch to the color Cocoa. Now on the outside, we're going to come up 2 blocks high from the back to the front. We're going to do the same on this side. And then we're going to bring it in by 1 block. So right now it should look something like this. Look to the back of the head and we're going to fill in a line all the way across the back. So once you have the hair looking like this, switch back to the pastel brown and just go ahead and fill in the rest of the head. Next, we need to work on his facial features. So for that, we're going to switch back to the black. So from this corner, we come up 1 block and in to the 3rd block. Place 3 in a row. And then from here, we're going to come up 1, 2, 3 blocks and place 1 there. Then we're going to switch to the wedge. So have the wedge in this position and we're going to place 1 here and then down here like that. And then we're going to switch back to a block and we're going to place a block like this. Now you can either leave the mouth straight like this, or if you want to make it curved so it's more smiley, then we can use the corner wedges and then put one on top like this and then rotate it and put one on the other side like this, and it kind of looks like a big smile. Now the next thing we're going to work on is his hat. So first of all, switch to the hot pink and select block, and on top of the head we're going to come to this corner and we're going to place 1, 2, 3 and then bring it all the way to the front and then come across another 2 like that, so it looks like a backwards C. Go ahead and fill that in. Then switch to wedge and then place 3 next to each other just like this. Come around to the side and rotate and leave this corner bit and go 1, 2, 3 and 4 and then coming round to the back and we're going to rotate again and we're going to do 1, 2, 3. Now we need to fill in these corner bits, so for that you use the corner wedge and just rotate it until it lines up. Do the same on the back, so rotate it and click, and there we have the first layer. Now we need to do the same on the opposite side, but for that we're going to switch back to the magenta. So switch back to the blocks and fill it in along the top. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and then across and fill in the middle. Switch back to the wedge and go along the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. On the side, we rotate again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we do the same on the back. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch back to the corner wedge and rotate those and put them into position. And then you end up with a flat looking hat like this. Next, we're going to switch to the bright violet and we're going to use the wedges. We're going to miss the first block, come in and place 1 there and go all the way across apart from the end block. So we leave 1 block on the end. Come to the side, rotate and do the same thing. Come this side, rotate, do the same thing. And then we're going to do the same thing on the back. Switch to the corner wedge, and then we just need to fill in these corner gaps. Then switch to the block and fill in the middle. Switch back to the hot pink and to the wedge, and then we're going to come up on top, and again we're just going to skip out the end block, and we're just going to put 1 on the front, rotate and put 1 on the back, and then switch to the corner wedge and put that one in position, and then rotate again and put one on the back like this. So it gives it like a bit of a peak. Then switch back to the magenta, and we need to do the same thing. So switch to the wedge, place those along the front, rotate, place them on the back, and then corner wedge, and place those like this. And there we have Minitoon's hat. So the last thing we have to do is build his epic sword. Now for that, come round to the back and build yourself another big staircase, just so it makes it easier for you to get the right camera angles. Now for the blade of the sword, we're going to switch to pink. Now looking at the back, we're going to come up to the top block of his shoulder, and we're going to place two next to each other like this, and then we're going to place another two on top. And this is going to be the start of the shoulder area. This is going to be this part here. Now to make the sword go down like this, what we need to do is place a block there, and then one underneath like that, and then place another one like this. And then we repeat that until the sword is as long as you would like. So at the bottom you come out one, down one, and then fill that in, and then we do the same. And just repeat this pattern until the sword is as long as you would like. Once you've done that, head back up your stairs, and we're going to switch colours to crimson. And we need to place these wedges on top of these blocks going down. I'm going to switch back to the pink, and I'm going to make this just slightly higher. So go 1, 2, 3, and then again. And I think that should just about do it. I'm going to switch back to crimson and add one more wedge on top. And there we have the main part of the blade. Next we're going to work on the guard and the handle. So for the guard, we're going to switch to deep orange. Now looking at the blade like this, we're going to select the top crimson triangle, but come down one, about there, and place it there. Then we're going to go up to this part of the head, and we're going to place another one. Then on the brown part of the hair, we're going to rotate it twice and place another one like that. Come to this position, and we're going to rotate again. In line with that, we're going to come down and place one there, and then one next to it. And then again, we're going to rotate and tilt it twice until it looks like that. And there we have the golden handguard. Next, we're going to switch colors to bright red, and we're going to select the block. Now the handle, of course, needs to be thinner than the blade. So what we're going to do here is place one out to the side, and then one on top, one out to the side, one on top, one out to the side, one on top. And we're just going to do that until you think it's long enough. So I've gone 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got 4 steps going up. Next, we're going to work on the feather detail of Minitoon's sword. So for that, we're going to switch back to white, and we're going to select the corner wedge. Now, of course, because this is a feather, everyone's design is going to be slightly different. Now, there is no right or wrong way to do this. It's all down to personal preference. So once you've made a feather looking something like this, the last thing we need to do is a little pink feature on the top. Now on Minitoon's real sword, he has a heart, but unfortunately we can't do a heart in this build mode. So instead, switch back to the pink, and sticking with the corner wedge, we're just going to place something on top that kind of resembles a heart. So we're going to place one like this, and then we're going to spin it around, and then rotate and spin, so it's something quite similar. And there you have the completed sword. And that is it, guys. That is how you build your very own giant Minitoon in Roblox Piggy Build Mode. Remember, guys, if you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up, and if you're new, go ahead and hit subscribe so you don't miss out on the latest video. I will be doing a bunch more tutorials, so make sure you've got your notification bell on, and I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, stay mega.